Hello there and welcome to Draco Ray Gaming. Today I'm going to show you the best settings, graphic settings specifically, for Warzone 2 in Season 2. We've been doing a lot of testing and this is definitely going to help you with stability and getting some FPS. As usual, no BS, no fluff. Here we go. All right, this is more for PC specifically, but some of this may and or could be used applied for console. Now, what we're going to do is go to the gear icon up here in the top right. We're going to go to our graphic settings. What you want to make sure you do, this is actually important, is full screen exclusive. For some reason, the game on PC, Warzone, is designed so not well, and you definitely want to make sure it's in full screen exclusive. I was running full screen borderless and a few other options, and it just wasn't giving me the FPS I needed. I definitely saw a 30 FPS boost, or 10 to 30, depending on your system, going to full screen exclusive. I dual stream PC now, and if you stream or whatever, having your PC dedicated to Warzone is pretty huge. It's very resource hungry and intensive. It's just a resource hog is what I was gonna say. And there's these different settings in here and it's just not coded right, and the different settings like this really help out. So make sure it's on your right monitor. Make sure that your refresh rate and your graphics card are set correctly. I also want to show you something here. If you right click on your desktop anywhere and you go to your display settings, you're going to want to make sure this matches what you're actually going to want to run in game as well. So whatever monitor you're using, the 1920 by 1080 or the 2K 1440 or whatever you want to run, and then advanced display settings here, you want to make sure your refresh rate, see, this is not matching what's in game. So we want to run the 240 hertz. We want to keep the settings, make sure it's in 240, 1920 by 1080, and that matches actually what's in the game here in the menu with the 240 hertz refresh rate and 1920 by 1080 on the right graphics card and my Dell Alienware monitor. That's what the AW stands for. Dynamic resolution is not something we use. That will constantly be changing the resolution and trying to make sure that it stays within certain ranges, so you'll lose visibility quality. It's really trying to maintain a performance factor over it. It's not something I prefer and I like to use. So VSync is off. We don't need that with how many frames we're generating on higher end or mid-range systems, which is great. And the VSync menu is all off. Custom frame rate limit, I do run a custom one. I pretty much make it about 10 hertz or 10 frames above what my refresh rate is, or my hertz rating is for my monitor. So my monitor is 240, so I run about 250, and then we're running a 120 on the menu, and out of focus frame just like a 30, like when the game's minimized or whatnot. That's what I'm running. This is what I recommend. You can restart your shader optimization at any point if you ever feel like you need to, like you're not just maybe your shaders aren't loading in, your graphics aren't looking well, or something like that. You can always do that, as well as an optimization. This can help. Honestly, deleting the whole game, or uninstalling the whole game, deleting your shader folders, and then reinstalling is actually what really helps it out. But this can help in between updates and whatnot. But Season 2 broke a lot of things, so if you're starting off with a fresh install, good for you. HDR and all this stuff, I leave it all off. I don't mess with it. I don't like it. That's my preference. This is what I'm running. If this works for you, great. If not, tweak it where you need it. Now, I am running in 1920 by 1080. I've been experimenting two different ways, and I haven't seen that much of a difference at all between upping your render res to 1440 or running 1440 in your actual resolution of the game. Most will say that running the actual resolution of the game in 1440 is better. I've tested both, don't see a difference. So I guess we'll just go with the recommendation of running it natively in your 1440, as well as your settings in game on the previous menu here. You can change it to 1440 or 1080, whatever your settings are, but you can up the render resolution and quality with this adjuster, as you can see here on the right, just from sliding this. Now, upscaling and sharpening I leave off. I just run a regular Filmic T2X. You can do an SMA 2x. I haven't seen much of a performance hit. Either one of these is fine. Obviously, if you want to run the lower one, I'd say go for it. Now, anti-aliasing quality, I just leave low. Video memory scales at 85. Now, you can adjust this if you want, but I would not go higher than 85. We're still suspecting and believing, at least a lot of my friends in group, that this game does have some type of memory leak or video memory leak, and we're at times seeing this go above 85 at certain points in the game. So I would recommend anywhere from 55 to 85 on this setting. Texture resolution normal. I run texture filter antiscopic low. Nearby level of detail low, distant level of detail low. Now you can raise this to higher if you are sniping, but the snipers right now, you know, they've taken away the one shot and all that. I love sniping, but for me it wasn't worth it, so I run low here. Clutter draw distance is long though. at least I liked it. This is a quality thing here with the distance level of detail and how far you can see. It depends on the size of your screen as well. So mess with these two settings. I run low and then long. You can run high and long as well. So particle quality low, particle quality level low, bullet impacts and sprays and persistent damage. I turn all that off. It's just distracting for me. I'm trying to play competitively, get the kills, get the win. So that's what I run. Shader quality, I did leave that on high. Tessellations on near only. Terrain memory, now you can do max on this or medium. I'm running max, not having any issues on the latest NVIDIA driver as of today. On-demand texture streaming is off. Streaming quality is normal. Volumetric quality is low. Deferred physics quality and water caustics and any extra stuff like that off. Shadow map resolutions on low. You can run normal or high. It may help you with, again, long distance and sniping and clarity, depending on the size of your screen. Screen space shadows off, spot shadow quality low, spot caches on ultra or high, I would recommend. Those seem to be working really well. No crashes now. Particle lighting on normal. Ambient occlusion is on both. You can run both or off. I think I did have some issues between these two, separating them. Just run it or turn it off for all of the objects. Screen space reflections is on normal. Reflection quality and whether good volumes and all that kind of stuff's just on low. I was even debating turning these off and just getting rid of the reflections and whatnot. This is a major change though, so you will need to, as it states here, restart the game for this to take effect. Mess with those, see what you like. NVIDIA Reflex low latency. So I do have this on. Try on or try on plus boost. Sometimes you do see a bit of a performance increase or some the reactiveness of the game is a lot quicker. So check that out. Now that's what we're running there. View. Now field of view can affect your FPS, but I do love running a max field of view on my monitor. I run a 27-inch Alienware and having the 120 field of view and being able to see the peripherals. Now the sweet spot for this in competitive is 103 to 110. Now a lot of people run 110, 107, 103, anywhere from 103 to 100. I would say 100 to 110. A lot of pros run 103, 107, 110. Those are the sweet numbers. I like the full 120. I got used to it. I like it. ADS field of view is affected right now. Now, when you zoom in, you're either going to see more on the sides or less on the sides, depending if you run affected or independent. Try both. Go to the firing range. Try both. See what you like. One zooms in and one doesn't zoom in when you ADS. So now this can affect visual recoil. This is huge. So play with the setting, check it out. You can also mess with your third person field of view, which I maxed out. Now, here is the camera movement. Default is 100. I always get it as low as possible. The camera shake, the camera movement. This is what I recommend for settings. Get at least 50. And then you can default spectator camera. I like it to go to the game perspective instead of the helmet cam. Didn't even see that was set. Now these are the best graphic settings and best view settings for season 2. And as far as any other game settings, I would really recommend on the interface, if you go to the color customization, changing the neutral color to a bright color instead of white. It will help you with the pings and on the map a ton. So if you haven't done that, do it. Those are my best graphic settings for Warzone 2 Season 2 right now for the most FPS and stability without any game crashes. I'm Draco Ray, here to help the gaming community, and I'll see you next time.